トランスフォーマー新たなるトランスフォーマーシリーズ発進その名は三条合体トランスフォーマー GO
Hello and welcome to the video review of the Transformers Go Sanjogattai series. I never thought I would be reviewing this set because honestly when the pictures of it came out I wasn't interested at all. However, this set was lent to me by a friend and so I thought, hey, why not? And the three figures in this series are Kenzan, Ganoh, and Jinbu. The figures come packaged with their very own weapons. Kenzan has a double blade, Jinbu a long katana, whereas Ganoh has this funny helicopter blade thingy. The weapons are not painted and are really soft rubber so that kids don't hurt themselves with it. Once again, here is a look at the head armory that comes with the figures. They also come with Takara arm microns, but I'm not gonna fix them, so here's a poster so that you can have an idea of what the arm micron actually looks like. And here is Kenzan in his robot mode. If you position him in a certain angle, he doesn't look that bad. However, upon closer inspection, you notice that his limbs are out of proportion, his legs are too long, his arms are too short. As a standalone figure, it is really disappointing. As some of you may know, Takara is actually recalling the Jinbu figure to fix an issue with a misassembled tie. However, by just tweaking a little bit with a screwdriver, in a matter of minutes you can get from this piece of crap to this piece of crap. Yes, the ties in this figure have already been corrected, but it doesn't change the fact that this mold is just crappy and awful, and just look at it. To me, the respective robot modes of the Sanjogattai series is just horrible. Just look at the limbs, it's so out of proportion, long, awkward. Just awful. Now here's my favorite figure of the three from the series, Ganoh. Well, at least he's bulky and he looks like a solid figure, although he still suffers from those little short T-Rex arms. I know being figures that transform and combine into so many different modes, there are certain aspects that will be compromised, but seriously, if they just improve just a little bit more at least on the robot mode, I'm sure these figures would sell much better than they are now. Anyway, you can also add on the head armor and all these figures just to give it a little different look. And I do like this the head armors, especially the red and blue one. The yellow one, not so much, it just looks funny. Now moving on to what I believe is the strongest aspects of these figures, the vehicle mode. Seriously, the vehicle mode of these figures are great. Especially the red one looks like this really nice solid fire truck. Something like Sentinel Prime or Inferno. And the build of these things, they are really good and solid plastic. And once again, the head armor can be attached in vehicle mode. All you do is just take this blade thingy and stick it right behind here. And then you get your head armor. You fold it to form this weird thing, and then you can place it on top of the vehicle hood. Not too sure what it's supposed to be, but I guess it works. Kinda useful if you wanna go ramming over things with your truck. Vehicle mode of Kenzan isn't too bad as well. It's got this sporty police car kind of look. It reminds me of Energon Prowl, but yeah, like I said, it's not a bad mold. You can tell it's good quality plastic, unlike what we are used to getting now. This is really solid stuff. You can feel it's heavy. There are not much paint apps, but it works. It's sufficient, and you can see nice chrome details on the rims. Overall, a very nice vehicle mode for this figure. You can attach the double blades underneath the car, which now serves as
the vehicle's exhaust pipes. Also, the head armor can be folded into a weapon and attached on the hood of the car. Slightly overkill, but still not too bad. Now coming to the flyer of the group, Jinbu. He looks alright, but compared to the previous two, I would say that Jinbu is the weakest among all. His parts are a little bit all over the place and I don't really like how it looks from the bottom. But then again, the vehicle mode is still the strongest point of this figure. As with the other two, the head armor does attach in vehicle form, this time forming some kind of extra artillery power for Jinbu. Okay, now we come to the combiner mode. As you know, these things can combine in many different configurations, and each configuration has its own name, but I don't know what they're called, and honestly I don't really bother. So anyway, here is combination 1. Here is a little size comparison. As you can see, he's a little shorter than Primus and a little taller than FOC Bruticus. And here he is with his head armor and weapons. And now we come to combination 2, where Ganoh is the head and what's his name? Kenzan is the torso and Jinbu forms the legs. I'm sorry for not showing the transformation steps for these figures. Because I'm doing 3 figures in one video, I wanted to keep it as short as possible. Anyway, the instruction sheets that came with these guys are pretty detailed and I'm sure you could figure it out from there. And now the third combination that for some reason seems to be everyone's favorite, where Ganoh forms the leg, Jinbu is the torso, and Kenzan forms the head. Personally, it doesn't do much for me, and I just think the whole thing looks really flimsy and awkward. The price range for these guys are roughly around the price of a Voyager, so here's a comparison with the Voyager class. They are roughly the same height with the exception of Ganoh, which is about Ultra class. Anyway, I guess Takara is going for something different, which is not a bad thing really. There are countless transformations and configurations possible with these guys, each more ridiculous than the next. Kids would probably love them, as I can imagine them spending hours and hours trying all the different modes. Aesthetically, it is less appealing to an adult collector with its weird proportions and just overall awkwardness. I guess that is to be expected when these guys are supposed to transform into so many different modes. While the mold is not up to my liking, the build of these guys are incredible. They are really high quality plastic, heavy and solid, unlike the other figures that Hasbro is churning out these days. So in conclusion, should you get the Transformers Go Samurai set? Yes, if you're a fan of the Combiners gimmick, much like the Energon Superlink series. Personally, it is not my cup of tea, but hey, to each his own. I just wouldn't spend that kind of money for these guys. What would I get? This guy right here, Sandstorm, absolutely love him. Get him if you see him in stores. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. This is Kenshen Productions. Do like, comment and subscribe. Thank you again and bye bye.